In this video, guys, I want to talk about the top 10 best healers in Dragonheir Silent Gods. Believe me when I'm telling you, there are so many amazing healers in the game, and this list was extremely hard to make. This video is brought to you by Dragonheir Silent Gods, so I just want to say a big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are new around here, new on the channel, and you haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Gods just yet, you can download the game by using my link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. And as I mentioned before, I will leave out of the top 10 a lot of amazing healers, okay? I do want to give them a shout out as well, so we are going to gradually do that. But right here, I'm talking about the best of the best, the top 10. And if you guys disagree, you might have different opinions, please let me know in the comments down below with a good argument. Why this one is better than the ones that I said, because I do want to hear your thoughts as well. Starting with the very first one. So this will be done across all of the 3 seasons, guys, okay? That's why I will mention the other ones that did not make my top 10, and probably they're going to be like 10 plus different characters that are extremely efficient, and I would strongly suggest you to try and use them, you know. So the very first one that we have on the list is going to be Cinerel, a character added in Season 3. Unfortunately, I don't have him. He is a support hero, deals damage based on attack. He has attack aura for Series of Trials. The passive has a chance to inflict attack penalty, and when the hero uses a skill to heal an ally, the hero himself gains a healing of 50% of the granted heal. The battle skill will attack and will heal the ally with the currently lowest percentage of HP by 150% of his own attack. And then the ultimate works in a very similar way with Garius. Of course, it is different, but it generates a crazy heal like that one. Selects an ally, dispels all of their debuffs, and grants them invincibility for 5 seconds. When invincibility on the ally expires, the hero deals 760% attack fire damage to all enemies, and heals all allies by 500% of the attack. So he can generate an insane heal, guys. Such an amazing character, and I'm so bummed that I don't actually have him. I do hope that he will be on the banner on the seasonal tickets for Season 4. So I have a better chance at getting him. Hopefully. Amazing healer. Definitely one of the best in the entire game. Moving over to the next one that we have on the list. Ogok. Now, a lot of people disregard him as a healer for God knows what reason, but he is an absolute beast. His own kit revolves around healing and giving you guys invincibility. I managed to summon him on my main account, like last week, and last night I managed to summon him on my free-to-play account, which is going to be a completely game changer, okay? Expect to see some videos on that free-to-play account because it's absolutely blessed. So we have a resistance aura for all battles. Resistance is nice in some cases. I feel like it's pretty hard to build your entire team with resistance. That's why it's not as effective. But hey, it can be very efficient against some of the bosses. The battle skill will put attack penalty and will basically bounce in between all of your allies and heal them by 150% of his attack and 1200 enlightenment. Then the ultimate skill, guys, will summon a totem and grant you immortality, and then heal you by 400% and 3000 enlightenment after a delay of 5 seconds. So of course, after you're taking all of the damage with immortality, will bring you back to full HP. Super powerful. Such an amazing healer, and I'm so pumped that I finally got him, especially on both accounts. It's just nuts because I've been following this one on my main account since the beta, guys. Amazing character. Moving over to the next one that we have on our top 10, guys. While Zephy is an amazing support character, he's not really healing you, so he's definitely not going to make our top 10. But I do gotta say that some tanks that are generally tanks, but they heal as well, will make our top 10. Now, I do want to put Gillian in top 10, 100%. Such an amazing healer. She is a beauty. I love the design on this character. And just overall, she gives you a lot of healing, and she brings you a lot of benefits to the team. The passive, when healing an ally with less than 50% HP, it will grant a recovery over time. The battle skill will heal the ally with the lowest current HP by 10% of the target's max HP, plus 1800 enlightenment, and grants the ally damage reduction. So on her, you want to have very high enlightenment, guys. Preferably if you're using the diamond as an artifact, if you're using something that will increase the healing. The bells, the legendary artifact can work. The rare book artifact can work as well, you know. So you have quite a few options in terms of what artifacts you can give her. The ultimate heals all of the team by 15% of the target's max HP, 3500 enlightenment, and gives defense up and cleanses one of the debuffs. So this is very, very solid. I used her so much in Season 2. In Season 3, I haven't used her as much. I'm still using her, of course, in the Otherworld event and stuff, but I haven't really exploited her to maximum because of the elemental affinity combination, basically, you know. Then we have Acelia, guys. Acelia, she is an amazing healer, and yes, Radiance has the best support characters in the game. So she is really a tank, not really a healer, but she provides a massive heal. So the passive will increase the healing by 3%, stacking up to 30%. The battle skill will heal all allies around her, 10% targets max HP and 1200 enlightenment. Same story in terms of artifacts. You want to get a lot of enlightenment on her, artifacts that will increase the healing. And the ultimate, again, heals all of your team. 1.5 targets max HP plus 400 enlightenment every 0.5 seconds for 5 seconds. So this as well will give you a massive, massive healing. Now, the main thing about all of these tanks, guys, is really tanking for you and giving you healing. It's kind of like knocking down two birds with one stone, right? And this is a massive, massive help when you are building your team, regardless if we're talking about dungeons, chief challenges, vortex, etc. It's very important to bring in heroes that can tank and heal at the same time. That's why Acelia is one of the best tanks in the entire game, hands down. Together with Arrat, she is on our list as well. Again, she is a tank. But this just shows how powerful these characters are when they are making multiple top 10s, even though they shouldn't be necessarily in there. Tank, healing, absolutely amazing. Now she has the defense aura. She gives you defense with the passive. With the battle skill, she heals. She gives increased defense again. Then with the ultimate, enhances all of the healing on all of your team, and then gives you healing. Now, unlike the other healers, she doesn't need enlightenment. Her healing will be based on defense. As simple as that. The more defense, the more you're going to tank, the more healing you're going to get on your team, and that is massive. The next one on the list, guys, is going to be Mitresi. Another legendary that I'm missing. She's so freaking amazing. She should be an exclusive, honestly. She's the best reviver in the game, the only real reviver in the game. We do have a couple of other ones, but they don't come anywhere close to this, okay? So this one has a HP aura for all battles, very, very good. The passive, when an ally takes fatal damage, grants immortality for 5 seconds and a stack of recovery over time. If the ally is a ranged hero, additionally grants them invisibility too. Very solid. The battle skill heals all allies within range by 8% max HP, 2400 enlightenment, and recovery over time. With the ultimate skill, grants resurrection at death to all surviving allies for 10 seconds, and at the same time resurrects all dead allies. Then grants debuff immunity and invisibility to all ranged allies. Very, very nasty character, and so good for arena, so good for all of those tough areas where you need to have that revive, where you're struggling with. Absolutely amazing character. I wish we would get more similar characters in the game. Now here comes the next part. Rose. I do think she is an amazing character. She's not going to make my top 10 as a healer. I do want to give her a shout out. She was added in Season 2. She can heal quite a bit. She's not going to be the most insane healer, but she brings a lot of good things to the team. Cleanse, attack penalty, recharge speed penalty. So I just want to say Rose is absolutely amazing, but she will not make top 10 as best healers, guys. If you guys disagree, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. Then we have Felocia, an amazing support. She doesn't heal, okay? So if somebody's wondering why she's not on the list, She just gives you shield. She doesn't actually heal, but she is nuts. I cannot wait to get her on my account. She's absolutely amazing. Same with Elsibri. Very, very solid character. Now, she doesn't bring you that much healing. She gives you shield. She gives you a small recovery over time. And that's about it. She doesn't provide more healing than that. But she is so freaking broken for PvP. Absolutely nuts. So again, Elsibri, Thelosia are not making our top 10 as best healers. Okay, just want to clarify that. Then we have Fenja, added in Season 3. Amazing. Not only that she can heal, but she will surprise a lot of you guys. She actually deals so much freaking damage. Enlightenment aura for all battles. The passive, whenever an ally gains or loses a buff, the hero heals them by 7.5% target's max HP and 1200 enlightenment. This effect can only trigger every 3 seconds. The battle skill dispels all debuffs from the ally with the currently lowest percentage of HP, heals them by 10% of the target's max HP, 2000 enlightenment, and gives recovery over time. Then you have the ultimate, which heals all allies by 20% of the target's max HP, 3000 enlightenment, and gives resistance up to all of your team, and deals 600% attack cold damage to enemies, and inflicts blind on them, plus ignores 50% of the target's resistance. Man, she is just such an amazing character. If you have the pair, if you have Theoderem as well, they are absolutely insane together. And she really, really gives you a lot of healing, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Big heals, okay? Top 10 healers, guys. No questions asked. She deserves the spot as one of the best healers in the entire game. Moving over to the next one. I do want to put on the list, guys, Thorin. Thorin is a very solid healer too. He has resistance aura for all battles. Now, he requires a lot of enlightenment. Similar with Fenja, most of these healers do require enlightenment, except a couple of them that they will heal based on attack, based on defense, so keep that in mind. Resistance aura, the passive, marks and enhances the first ally in front of the hero as the battle starts, granting them 25% of his own stats, then grants invisibility to himself for 10 seconds. So if you want to beef up a squishier character, a nuker, put him in front of a Thorin. He will gain 25% of his stats, beefing him up, keeping him alive much, much better. The battle skill heals the ally with the current lowest HP by 15% of the target's max HP and 2400 enlightenment. When healing the marked ally, dispels a debuff from them. And then the ultimate grants invisibility to all of your team and casts a spell that heals everybody by 4% of the target's max HP and 1000 enlightenment every 0.8 seconds for 4 seconds. So this is a very strong heal as well. It will quickly get you back on 100% HP and then gives you immunity. Gives immunity and invisibility to the ally that was marked, you know. So very, very solid. And an additional 25% healing. Super, super nasty healer as well in here. Then another thing that I do want to mention, Gulende is not making our top 10 either. I do think that Gulende is an amazing, amazing character. This heal can be decent, but you're not going to get an insane value from this healing, okay? While it might sound good, 10% is nice. You need to have a lot of debuffs to really increase that. This is not affected by enlightenment. It can be nice as a side healer next to everything else that this character does. Cleanse, decrease attack, ultimate energy manipulation, etc. I love Gulende, but definitely not making our top 10. So I just wanted to kind of like make sure that I'm putting it out there for you guys. Then we are moving over to epic characters. So while I'm slowly going on the list, I do quickly want to mention a couple of different things. So I know a lot of you guys would probably expect to see Adolphus on the top 10 best healers. Now let me just kind of like mention it to you guys. I do think that Adolphus is a GOAT. I think he definitely makes top 15 or top 20 as a healer. Now he's not really healing himself alone unless you are constantly putting shield on your team. The main thing is that if you have shield by somebody else, placed by somebody else, and then you're coming in with his ultimate skill right here, which will apply shield, will basically heal with a passive. If they have shield already, And this is a solid hero. A very powerful support unit. But it's conditional on the healing. So I do think he's a top 20, 100%, but he's just not a top 10. Liko, she's nice as a single target healer. I think she's very effective, but again, not a top 10. We do have Frorbart. Frorbart is a top 10 healer, guys. Not only for the simple fact that he can do so many different things, but his healing is actually nasty, and it all has to do with the battle skill. 50% of the defense every 1 second. The main thing with him, and kind of like the con, is that you need to have all of your teams grouped up. And it doesn't work very good versus some bosses in the game. So that's kind of like the only problem with Frorbart. But he is definitely extremely effective. Now, I do have kind of like a counter argument with Frorbart and a different healer that might drop Frorbart out of the top 10, but I do need to hear your opinion in the comments down below as well, guys. So Frorbart brings a decreased attack, brings a lot of things, defense aura for dungeons, the passive that gives you a bit of extra healing, a bit of a cleanse. So overall, he's extremely nice. We do have a lot of amazing epic healers in the game too, like Vikak can give you a decent heal as well, very similar with Gulende. It's kind of like a side heal. Garion decentish, not too bad. Ihuikatl decent as well. Nathaniel decent shield and continuous heal. Then we have, of course, where is she? Catherine, a very good healer as well, and she gives you immunity. So I like her quite a bit. Definitely top 15 in my opinion. If we're scrolling down a little bit more, Forash, not a top 10. Tia, very solid healer with this battle skill. Heals the ally with the lowest current HP and the allies with invisibility by 200% attack and 2000 enlightenment. This is enough in most cases to keep your team alive, and is a battle skill, guys, which is being used on and on and on. So she's very solid. Now, keep in mind, she will only put invisibility on the range unit. So if you have multiple melee champions, melee heroes in the team, she will only heal one of those ones. So that's kind of like the con with her, but she's a very effective one. Now, one that really stands out to me since the buff, guys, and probably some of you will call me crazy, Estella. My god, her healing is so freaking good. You guys remember the video that I made on her recently? I think I wanna rank her over Frorbart. I'll be very honest with you guys. The healing is just so good. So you have HP aura for City of Trials. You have the passive that marks the ally with the highest HP and increases the healing and shield they receive by 25%. The battle skill grants debuff immunity, defense up to the ally for 5 seconds. Will prioritize the allies marked by the hero. And the ultimate skill casts the spell for 6 seconds. Grants a 1.2 max HP and 500 enlightenment healing for 2 allies with the lowest current percentage of HP every 0.2 seconds in this period of 6 seconds. She will heal your team like this, guys. That's how fast it goes. And it's so much healing. She really shocked me when I used her for the very first time. I was like, wow, she really got a proper buff. So I do want to kind of like put her in top 10. Zarlot, an amazing healer, but it's conditional. If you're going against waves, Zarlot is a very good healer. If you're going against a single target, Zarlot is not such a good healer anymore, because all of the healing is based on how many targets it hits, you know? So keep that in mind. I do want to kind of like mention all of these characters because I think they're absolutely amazing and they will give you value based on whatever season you guys might be in. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. For example, we have Hexandra, which is amazing. We have Quarian, which is one of my most favorite rare healers in the game. I think he's the best in my opinion. We have Megan, which is pretty nice too. So you have a lot of healers. But I'm really in between Frorbart and Estella to make top 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as well. But as the final top 10 healer in the game, Garius. He is one of the best healers in the game. And he's a freaking tank. Especially if you have the Gatekeeper staff on him. Nobody beats his healing hands down. Why? Because this skill will heal based on his defense. He's a tank, the more defense on him, and he dispels all debuffs from himself, allowing to heal himself too. And he generates such a massive shield. if you pair him with the right characters, guys, the value that you are getting from Garius cannot be matched only by Cinerel. That's it. It's just crazy how effective they can be. That was my top 10 best healers in Dragonheir Silent Gods. Do let me know in the comments down below if you guys disagree with any of them, if you would like to put any of them in the top 10. I did mention probably 10 more healers on the side, which I definitely think that if I would do a top 20, all of the characters that I mentioned in this video will be in there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But that was all for the video, guys. Thanks again to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys want to download the game, you can click on the link in the description down below or in the pinned comments, or scan the QR code you see on the screen. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.